Breaking news! The energy in the city of brotherly love is electric right now. Inside sources are pointing to major moves happening behind the scenes with the Philadelphia Eagles, and if you're a true fan, you need to hear what's going down. The mission is clear: return to the biggest stage in football and hoist that Lombardi trophy high. But every piece of this roster has to be carefully crafted and fine-tuned to make that happen. Nick Sirianni's eyes are locked on the prize, but he can't get there alone. He needs a team that's sharp, united, and built to dominate on every down. Things are moving fast, and I'm about to break it all down for you. And hey, if your heart beats green and you bleed Eagles pride, drop a comment below that says, "Fly, Eagles, fly." I'm green till the end. Go Eagles! Let's get straight to it. One of the hottest discussions around the Eagles offseason has been the departure of Darius Slay. That's right, Big Play Slay is no longer in midnight green. After making 2 Super Bowl appearances and playing a key leadership role in the secondary, the Eagles made the difficult decision to let him walk in free agency. And now we know why. NFL insider Adam Kaplan, who's long been tied to the Eagles beat, revealed that Slay's knee was a significant concern within the organization. According to Kaplan, Slay underwent arthroscopic surgery late in 2023, and the team was unsure how well he'd be able to move going forward. This wasn't just about cap space. This wasn't just a numbers game. This was a calculated risk evaluation by Howie Roseman and company. Yes, Slay inked a 1-year, $10 million deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers, a price tag the Eagles absolutely could have matched. But the front office weighed the potential downside. If Slay lost a step, and at his age, that can happen fast, it could have been a costly move for a defense already needing to evolve. Despite bouncing back from a down year in 2023, Slay posted solid numbers in 2024 with a PFF grade of 67.6 and a playoff coverage grade near 79. And let's not forget, he racked up 12 pass breakups during the regular season, 4th most among all corners. The man was still making plays. But even with that rebound, the decision to go younger, faster, and more affordable became clear. Enter the new core: Khalil Ringo on the outside, Quinyon Mitchell opposite him, and Cooper DeJean in the slot. This trio represents the next era of Eagles secondary play: youthful, dynamic, and full of potential. It's a gamble, no doubt, but it's a forward-looking one. Now shifting gears to the trenches, let's talk Jalen Carter. If you've been paying attention to ESPN's annual position rankings, you already know what's coming. Carter was voted the 3rd best defensive tackle in the entire NFL by a panel of lead coaches, scouts, and executives. That's ahead of Jeffrey Simmons, ahead of Quinnen Williams. Only Dexter Lawrence and Chris Jones graded higher, and Carter is still just scratching the surface. Remember, this time last year Carter was just an honorable mention. But now, after a Pro Bowl nod, 2nd team All-Pro honors, and a Super Bowl ring, he's elevated into elite status. And it's not just the box score that tells the story. Sure, he posted 4.5 sacks and a pass rush win rate of 8.8%, but his presence goes way beyond stats. He logged nearly 830 snaps, 5th most among DTs, while ranking top 10 in hurries, 36, QB hits, 12, and pressures, 53. He even had 6 batted passes, 2nd best in the league. When you watch the tape, it's clear this guy disrupts everything. Double-teamed constantly, still blowing up plays, and the coaches know it. One veteran NFL coach even said Carter has Hall of Fame potential if he keeps his life in order. Let's be honest, his pre-draft journey wasn't clean, with legal issues raising red flags. But since stepping into the league, he's been locked in. No known off-field problems in 2 full NFL seasons. Durable, reliable, and absolutely dominant. That kind of growth, that kind of raw dominance at such a young age, it's the reason Eagles fans should be fired up. The future of this defense may very well revolve around Carter, and if he continues at this pace, we might be watching one of the greatest Eagles defenders of all time in real time. Now let's look at the other side of the ball. Bill Barnwell of ESPN recently dropped his rankings of the top skill position groups in the NFL: wide receivers, tight ends, and running backs. And guess who came in at number 1? That's right, your Philadelphia Eagles. This group, already deadly the past 2 seasons, took a leap after adding one key piece: Saquon Barkley. His impact was immediate and historic. Over 2,000 total yards. Led the league in nearly every advanced metric for running backs. Even added 278 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. And believe it or not, the famous tush push actually cost him a few short yardage scores. He could have had more. While most of the league focused on aerial fireworks, the Eagles built a ground-and-pound defense behind their elite O-line and Barkley's explosion. But don't sleep on the receivers. A.J. Brown, 3.3 yards per route run, second best in the entire NFL. Despite playing fewer games and fewer routes than stars like Jamar Chase, E.J. still won over 1,000 yards and earned All-Pro honors. DeVonta Smith, also stellar, ranking 14th in yards per route and top 10 in overall receiver score. Limited to just 13 games, but still more efficient than names like C.D. Lamb. And then there's Dallas Goedert. His yardage dipped, yes, but he was still one of the most efficient tight ends in the league. Second best in yards per route among those with 200-plus routes. Injuries and play-calling volume held him back more than anything else. And while depth options like Johnny Wilson and Will Shipley are still unproven, the star trio of Brown, Smith, and Barkley makes this group unmatched in versatility and production. Jalen Hurts has also taken heat. Not a real passer, some say, but the tape and the numbers say otherwise. Efficient, clutch, poised. Hurts doesn't need to sling it 50 times to win games. He plays winning football. This offense is built to win in every condition. Rain, snow, playoffs, tough defenses. This team's physical style translates anywhere. That's where we're at right now, Eagles Nation. The torch has been passed. New leaders are emerging. Old ones moving on. The question now is, will this new core be enough to take us all the way back? Let me know in the comments. Do you think letting go of Darius Slay was the right move for the future of the team? Should the Eagles have gambled on one more year of veteran leadership? Or was it time to pass the torch? That's the question Eagles fans are grappling with right now. And as we look ahead to the 2025 season, the answer might come down to how quickly the new faces can gel, and how far the returning stars can carry this team under pressure. Let's keep the focus on this secondary rebuild. It's not just about youth, it's about trust. Trust that Khalil Ringo can rise from rotational player to full-time starting outside corner. Trust that Quinyon Mitchell, a rookie with blazing speed and elite ball skills, can handle the responsibility of locking down WR1S in the NFL. And trust that Cooper DeJean, one of the most versatile defenders in the country coming out of Iowa, can transition to the slot corner role at the professional level without missing a beat. That's asking a lot, but it's also a testament to how much confidence the coaching staff and front office have in these players. It's a bold direction. Instead of relying on aging vets who've already logged a decade in the league, the Eagles are banking on raw talent, speed, and upside. That's not a rebuild, it's a reload. And if we're talking about reloads, look no further than this offensive unit. The addition of Saquon Barkley isn't just about numbers, it's about identity. His presence in the backfield alongside Jalen Hurts creates nightmares for defensive coordinators. If you stack the box to stop Barkley, you leave one-on-ones for A.J. Brown and DeVonta Smith, two of the best in the game at creating separation. If you back off, Barkley will run wild behind that elite offensive line. It's pick your poison, and most teams last year ended up choosing wrong. Don't overlook the impact this system has on efficiency either. The Eagles don't throw it 40 times a game like some pass-heavy teams, but when they do, it counts. That's what makes their passing metrics so impressive. Brown and Smith are among the most efficient wide receivers in the NFL on fewer targets and fewer routes. That speaks volumes about the system's precision, Hurts' accuracy, and the trust